is packing time. I am packing my son's suitcase so he can head back home. Yep, just finished doing all the laundry and now it's time to fold. Wish me luck.
Hey mamas, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Cassandra and I am on a fertility journey for baby number 2. Been trying to have a baby for about a year and having a really hard time. So if you want to learn more of the backstory about that, all the great products I'm using, why I'm using it, make sure to check out my fertility journey series and you will learn all the ins and outs of everything I'm doing and what's led me up to today. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you quite a bit. I've had a really busy week. First, I'm starting Mira. So that first day was very exciting. So you're going to see firsthand of kind of how I got that started, the results I'm getting already, what they're telling me about fertility and my ovulation. So make sure to tune in for that. Also today, I am not very happy and excited about today because it is my stepson's last day here. If you guys follow me on social media, you guys know I have a beautiful daughter and I'm stepmom to 2 beautiful little kids. So one of them couldn't make it this summer just because of everything going on and traveling restrictions. It was safer for her to stay home, but we were able to get our stepson here for the summer. And gosh, it went by so fast already, so fast. So we are getting him all packed up and ready and just enjoying the last few hours we have with him here and trying our hardest not to get overwhelmed and too sad about him going, but we're just going to be going ahead and getting him set up and enjoying his last few hours. So I want to share with you guys stepmom life. When I entered this marriage, I had no children. My husband had 2. So I went from becoming single to becoming a wife and stepmom all at once. So it was quite a journey. And I want to talk to you guys about that because I know there are a lot of moms and dads in my shoes and are also in my husband's shoes. They're the parents who had the kids. So I want to share that with you, kind of my experience and my opinions on certain situations. So if you're interested, make sure to tune in. Not wet enough.
This one's broken.
Look at Kuya. Do it again, Gavin.
I have a journey ahead of me because I have to pack all these clothes and get him all set for his flight tomorrow. So I have a lot going on. So while I fold, I decided let's have a chat and actually talk about step parenting and stepmoms and dads and all of that stuff. I have 2 stepchildren. My husband has 2 children from previous relationships long ago before he met me. And I remember at first people were like, oh my gosh, he has kids and do you want that baggage? And honestly, I never saw it as baggage. That to me was never a burden. What was a tiebreaker or a deal breaker for me was the relationship he had with the children's mother. I was not about the whole baby mama drama, not me. I wasn't about somebody who still was trying to figure out their emotions. I wasn't about somebody who just had a hot mess going on. Nicely put, I wasn't about that life. If they had a great relationship, already a flow in progress, I was good. And my parents divorced when I was young. I got the best of both worlds. My mom married an awesome guy who now I see as my dad. And he's been great. Unfortunately, on the other hand, didn't have the best experience with the person my dad remarried at the time. They eventually ended up divorcing, and unfortunately my dad passed away about 15 years ago or so. I remember being young, and I remember automatically feeling loved by my stepdad. And I also know what it's like to feel out of place, to go into a family where somebody's not making you feel welcomed, somebody's not making you feel loved, somebody's making you feel isolated and separated. I remember those feelings when I was young. I didn't know how to describe them, and I didn't know how the words for them, but I knew the feeling. So when I knew that my husband had children, I knew both of those feelings, and I was like, I do not want to make them feel how I was made to feel. So that first year, it was very overwhelming because I had all these feelings like, okay, I want to make sure they like me, and I want to make sure like I'm kind of not like in their mix and everything. And that year really was the hardest. It was the loneliest. It was where I felt the most separated, because I was walking into a dynamic that was already in place. They already had a flow. They already had a system, and I didn't feel like I belonged in that system. I didn't know how to say like I wanted to be part of it. I wanted to build a new language. Like, how am I going to come off trying to say like, okay, well, that's not going to work. Like, now I'm here, and we got, without kind of being like bossy and like just come off wrong. It was very hard. It was a very hard thing to try to learn to speak and find a voice. It led to many days of my husband and I just sitting in the room and like just hashing it out, saying like, I don't like this, or I want this, or this is what I'm used to. Like, it was just learning and learning. And that first year, honestly, it didn't feel like I accomplished anything. Like, it didn't feel like we grew. It didn't feel like this great thing. And so when the second year came around, I was like, oh man. And then I saw that it got a little bit easier, and they recognized me now. So, and they kind of were excited to see me when they came, and they looked for me. And because I didn't want to like constantly push myself on them. I wanted them to like, if they wanted me in their life, I'll be more than happy, but I didn't want to intrude either. So when I saw them looking for me, I was like, my heart. And it started to grow. It started to grow for them, because I was like, okay, they do want me around, and they do kind of see me as part of the family. So it took not until now, this is like what, year 4, year 5, that I was just like, wow, now the dynamic is great. So it takes a lot of hard work. So to people who are entering a relationship with somebody who has kids, know that it's not easy. It is not easy. And I do recommend, if your communication isn't great, it's going to try it even harder. So I do recommend either reading books together, talking as much as you can prior, during, and after the children's visits, learning a language, talking about feelings, because it takes clear communication on what you guys are feeling, what you want, because that can be the deal breaker, and that can be what causes so many marriages to butt heads, and why people say, oh, that's baggage, this is this, if the communication isn't there. And now it's seamless. Like, now I'm part of it. So the summers come, and the language, the love language between all of us is already there, and we're able to kind of organize everything, and it really flows great. It flows great. It was through this process that I looked at my stepdad and I was like, wow, thank you. Thank you for loving me, because you don't have to. And for the people who are the parents and they're bringing in children to a relationship, please understand from our perspective. For my daughter, the bond is building from the moment I'm pregnant, and the connection is there. When we have stepchildren, that's not there from the get-go. You learn, you have to build that love and that connection between them in their own way. We don't have to love people, but we're loving them because we love you, and we love family, and because we love you and they're a part of you, we automatically love them. But it takes a little bit of work. Now I couldn't see my life without those kids. Like, now I'm just like, wow, they're a part of me too. I just see them as my own. And I say that with walking on eggshells and being very careful, because in no way when step parents say I love them as my own, or they call them, hey, this is my son, or this is my daughter, at least for me, there is nowhere in those sentences am I saying that because I am looking to replace a parent. Because there's no one replacing me as my daughter's mama. There is, No. So I understand the territory of how that can feel when somebody's kind of invading your turf. But I'm saying that in the form of like, yes, I acknowledge that there was a past relationship, there was a child made. That's part of him. So now that's part of me too. And I love them just as much as my own child. But I do acknowledge you're still their parent. What you say goes, and that's that. I give my opinions, but at the end of the day, it's really up to my husband and the children's mom of what happens with the kids. And I'm okay with that. People, if you're with a partner who is not okay with that, no, you need to reanalyze that, because in no way will I ever ask my husband to put me in the place of a child or to pick me above a child. No, absolutely not. And any person who does make you do that decision, walk away. This is straight talk with you. Straight talk with you, because I've seen that. I've seen it. I've experienced that as being the child. And there is no way, shape, or form anybody would ever make me choose them over my child, because you will lose. Okay, let me bring down the mama bear in me, because I'm already, I can feel it. I can feel the flames just thinking about somebody doing that. No. So no. So we've also learned, never in a million years do we talk about anything we don't like in front of the kids. No, that's unacceptable as well to me. I don't allow, if for some reason I'm upset with a choice that's made, or he's upset with something, then we'll come when the kids are sleeping, we'll duke it out in the room, but it doesn't happen in front of the kids. And to anybody who bad talks a parent to a child, regardless of who they are, not okay. Not okay. Let me not get started on that. That's not okay, because I was that child that had to listen to that before when I was young, and how that makes a child feel. I remember that feeling, and don't ever do that. Is learning what they're comfortable with you interacting. In the first few years, it is like walking on eggshells. It's like, am I allowed to say this? Can I do that? Can I? And sometimes I'll hang out, or I'll do something, or I'll say something, and my husband's like, I don't like that. And in those cases, I just have to say, okay. Something I was really big on when his kids are here, I always make him take his kids out on dates. His son and his daughter, I always tell them go have a father-son date or a father-daughter date, and just spend time with them. Because my dad used to do that with me, and it meant the world to me. So I know how special that can make them feel. So they do that, and I can see the difference when they come back home. So that's something that's kind of like I instilled, and that makes me feel part of the clan. Like, okay, I started that tradition. Or a lot of people ask, like, do they call you mom, or do they call you stepmom, or they just call me my name, Cassandra. That's it. I don't ask them to call me anything else. I don't plant a seed about a different title. I don't do anything. They can call me whatever they want and whatever they're comfortable with. If at the end of the day, like to this day, I call my stepdad either my stepdad or my dad. It bounces between the two, and that's after 25 years of being with my mom. So I don't care. If there's any little tidbits to take, is be understanding towards one another and how you both may feel, because you both may be very uncomfortable. You both may be scared. You both may be trying to understand a new dynamic from both ends. The spouse had something going on. Now you're here and they're learning together. So it's both ways. It's not just feeding into the person who's walking in. It's the person walking in understanding the existing parent situation as well. I probably have a lot more to say, and I'm probably going to think later and be like, oh, I should have said this and this and that. But if anything, have questions, drop a comment below, or I'll just make another video later on with any tidbits that I thought of that I didn't think to say at the moment. But I'm going to finish this mountain of clothes. I haven't even made a dent. So I'm going to finish this and continue to spend some time with my stepson before he goes tomorrow. Tomorrow I start Mira. I am so excited for it. So I have to sync it up to my phone. What's cool with the app is that I put in my period, and I put when I started and when I finished, and then it directed me when to start taking the test. When I looked at the app and I looked at the calendar, it has little green dots. And on the green dots, that means, and it shows what each symbol says. It says testing days. So the app is guiding me. So that was great to know, and that I didn't have to kind of take it into my own hands. Okay, so I turned it on. It says download app. I downloaded the app. So I went to the drop down button, manage Mira Analyzer, and then it says connect Mira Analyzer. I have a Mira. Step 1, make sure Bluetooth is enabled on your mobile phone. Okay, next one, find my Mira Analyzer. Searching. Oh, please press button to confirm connection. I press button. App connected. Well, that was beyond easy. Let's do a little prayer for this machine. Please work. Please work with everything I'm using. And I hope. Let's just, okay, I'm not gonna put too much excitement into something, just in case. I finished doing day 1, and I am trying to see what my test means. This is the first day I'm kind of learning. It said none, so I'm nervous that I did it wrong. So I'm looking through their manual. Okay, so my test said LH 2.81 and then none. In their manual, okay, so this makes sense. It says quantitative LH range and what considered none. All right, so mine fell. Let me try to show you. That makes sense here. Okay, so mine fell. It's saying none because mine was 2.81, and it says if it falls between 0 to 4.72 is considered none. And then I guess as my LH hormone rises, it goes from low, medium, and high. So what that means is that there's a minimum level of LH in urine and little chance of ovulation at the time of measuring. This result is expected to happen on the days outside of the fertile window, which makes sense because I just finished my period a few days ago. If we look on the calendar too, let's see if it shows. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so it's cool because here the red, that was when my period was. That's when I tracked it. There, the green dots are the days it's telling me to do the testing. So today I did one. I don't do it again until the 15th, and then pretty much I'll be doing it from the 15th all the way to the 22nd consecutive. And then it had the little answer right there. So clearly none. So, yeah, day 1 complete. That's it. He's all gone. My husband just took him to the airport, and this year felt a lot harder. I don't know. I think it was because of the bond he built with his little sister, and the whole summer just watching them just be with each other. I knew it was gonna be harder this summer once he left, and it was where, like, and then my daughter, she goes inside and we're laying down and she grabs a toy and she calls for him, and I'm like, yeah. So calling for him and having to say like, no baby, he's not here now, he went home. That was tough, but he'll be back soon, and our plan is to keep connected and keep talking throughout the year so him and his sister can keep that bond alive. So, thanks so much, parents, for tuning in. Your love has been amazing. I love the messages I'm getting from some of you guys on everything you're loving about this. It really means a lot. Lots and lots of love and prayer to all of you parents and families that are trying to expand. I hope these products are helping you. All the links are down below. Bring peace to your heart. Just I'm spreading baby dust all your way. It's going to happen. It will. See you soon, and don't forget to tell yourself every morning you're an amazing parent and you're doing a great job.